Welcome to CFBTV.com, where the season never ends. Continuing our coverage with the ACC, going to talk about some under-the-radar quarterbacks outside the conference's biggest names like Clemson's Trevor Lawrence and North Carolina's Sam Howell that burst onto the scene with 38 touchdown passes in 2019. Let's start with Syracuse and their quarterback, Tommy Devito. Last year, Devito completed over 60% of his passes for 2,360 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, but he struggled against some of the better defenses within the conference last year, struggled with some reads and progressions as well. I think another year in Dino Babers' system, coupled with the emergence of wide receiver Taj Harris and running back Abdul Adams, I think DeVito could build off of last year's numbers and lead Syracuse back to a bowl game in 2020. We'll turn our attention to Louisville and their quarterback, Mikael Cunningham. Cunningham last year completed 60% of his passes, 2,065 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. He also rushed for 482 yards on the ground, averaged 4 yards per carry with 4 rushing touchdowns. But he has weapons with him at every single position. Running back Javion Hawkins averaged over 5 yards per carry. He was a 1,500-yard rusher last year, and he has 2 of the biggest playmakers at the wide receiver position in Tutu Atwell and Dez Fitzpatrick. Last year, Louisville was 8-5 overall. Look for Mikael Cunningham to lead the Cardinals back to a bowl game and build off of last year's numbers. Don't be shocked if Louisville challenges Clemson when they meet head-to-head in 2020. Another quarterback that you have to keep an eye on resides in Blacksburg, quarterback Hendon Hooker. Last year, he completed 61% of his passes, 1,555 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He did not throw an interception until the last regular season game against Virginia. Both of those interceptions came against the Cavaliers, but Hendon Hooker burst onto the scene and led the Hokies to that road win against Miami. With another year working with Justin Fuente, I expect Virginia Tech to be the best team within the Coastal this season, and look for Hendon Hooker to build off of last year's numbers in 2020.